From our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Peter Murphy begins now.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. Investments in Medicare and urgent care clinics have been front and centre again of the Prime Minister's second campaign visit in Tasmania in as many days in the marginal seat of Lyons. The Coalition is also splashing cash in the electorate, which could be key to the election prospects of the major parties.
A man on a mission, the Prime Minister talking up Labor's $8.5 billion Medicare package and more urgent care clinics.
What is true is that more people will get to see a doctor for free. What is true is it will take pressure off emergency departments.
The investments helping Bridgewater's Jordan River Clinic become a fully bulk billed practice.
We'll be going forward to providing healthcare and free access to healthcare in this community.
The party's Lyons candidate seizing on a faltering response about bulk billing in a radio interview last week by Susie Bauer.
The Liberal candidate in this electorate is not able to clearly tell people whether or not these services will remain free.
Bauer today clearing the air.
The urgent care clinics in Sorell and Burnie under a coalition-led government will be 100% Medicare funded.
Along with all current and future ones. The Tasmanian Liberals again questioning Labor's pre-selection process in Lyons. State MP Michael Ferguson saying he'll write to the State's Privileges Committee and Speaker Michelle O'Byrne, claiming White misled Parliament when she said outgoing member Brian Mitchell wasn't standing again, who did recontest the seat and will get a resettlement payout.
That's independent of me. I had nothing to do with the arrangements. They're set by an independent regulator.
The Coalition unveiled a cash splash of its own in the northern part of Lyons, promising more than $1.7 million to help develop the Earthworks Academy in Quercus Park.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for us to train our industry, attract new people to the industry and to be able to build the things that Tasmania needs.
We need more people to be able to work on those construction projects. It's thinking right across the supply chain.
With some political observers saying there's a chance of a minority Labor or Liberal-led government, tightly held electorates could make a big difference come May 3. Anthony Dodd, 7 Tasmania News.
Meanwhile, there are calls for the Prime Minister to ditch federal government funding for the Macquarie Point Stadium after Jeremy Rockliff announced he'll use special legislation to bypass the current planning process. Greens Senator Nick McKim and anti-stadium group Our Place say the $240 million allocated to the project should be spent on other priorities.
Surely the Prime Minister is not going to sign up to a corrupted, dodgy process.
Our Place Hobart released a vision for the Macquarie Point site that included housing for 2,000 to 3,000 people, so it's the way to go.
Anthony Albanese and the Coalition say they're committed to the current funding arrangement but don't intend to provide any more. And as we all prepare for the Easter break, authorities warn it's no break for brazen thieves. Police say a spike in theft is likely over the holidays, with households and small businesses urged to take simple security steps to safeguard their homes and valuables.
Hooded up just before midnight, teen thieves target a Dodgers Ferry home, a young family inside during the invasion.
It traumatised us as adults, so it's terrifying knowing that we've got small kids in the area and kids themselves getting into our home.
Brazen and opportunistic, the group eyeing off one thing.
They had all of my car doors open, they were trying to steal my car.
This Sorell hair salon was also targeted, vision showing a weapon-wielding bandit trashing the small business.
I felt so sick that something that I'd worked so hard on could be destroyed.
As Easter approaches, opportunistic thieves could hop on a chance to strike.
The holiday period is, one of those times when people are away from their homes a lot more than they otherwise would be.
Tasmania Police and Crime Stoppers urging Tasmanians to be extra vigilant over the holiday period.
If you are not at home, please secure your home, please secure your vehicles, and please ensure that your valuables are out of sight.
Authorities encouraging households and small businesses not to be complacent, saying thieves will leap at any chance.
They have no border. They will target anything. Just do that double, triple check if need be.
The recent spate of crimes has prompted some to be extra cautious.
Go through the extra security to make sure that your house is locked. We've recently installed a lot more locks in our house.
This will probably be the first time that I'm going to be heightened and anxious for sure.
Rebecca Gardinero, 7 Tasmania News.
A second person has died following a crash at Devonport earlier this month. The 86-year-old man was behind the wheel of the car when it left the Bass Highway, landing on its roof early Thursday morning. He was taken to hospital in a serious condition but has since passed away. His elderly passenger died at the scene. Former Hobart Hurricanes cricketer Aaron Summers is facing charges of child sexual abuse and grooming. The 28-year-old was arrested in Darwin and will be extradited back to the state. He's expected to face Hobart's Magistrates Court tomorrow. The charges relate to crimes allegedly committed here in Tasmania in 2021. The Tasmania Fire Service is making history with a record number of female recruits stepping into the boots to become firefighters. This year's cohort marking a 70% increase in female representation since 2023, powering through 15 weeks of intensive training.
After years working behind a desk in office administration, Madeline Watson felt a different calling, one a little more hands-on.
Upon talking to some friends that are firefighters, TFS just seemed like a fitting position.
She's one of 7 female firefighters joining the front line, marking the most women in a single cohort to date.
I think there is, maybe a historical image of it being a more male-dominant industry, but it doesn't need to be that way, and as long as you can perform your role.
The TFS has been encouraging more women into the field. And it's that diversity instructors say makes the team stronger.
It doesn't require a particular person, it requires a variety of people to do the job well and make sure that as a service we look after our community and do the best job that we can.
Madeline will join fellow recruit Jacob Betraitis. For him, the dream sparked early after a childhood visit from firefighters.
And I can still recall to this day, I grab the garden hose, I'm wearing my red fire hat and I'm out there.
Both Madeline and Jacob are 2 of the 24 trainees, currently in the early stages of a 15-week intensive training program.
All becoming a little bit more real now we're out of the classroom and getting a bit more hands-on.
We cover subjects like urban firefighting, wildfire, hazmat, road crash rescue and everything in between.
The newest wave fired up and ready to serve.
When we leave here after 15 weeks, we are going to be one family and join the bigger family with TFS.
Lily Thompson, 7 Tasmania News.
Local mental health charity Speak Up Stay Chatty has snapped up $10,000 thanks to funds raised during last month's Australasian Police and Emergency Services Games in Hobart. Over 500 frontline workers were put through their paces, but all for a good cause.
Really showed the importance of physical exercise and having conversations and having fun, particularly for emergency service workers who are under a lot of pressure during their careers.
Funds allowing the charity to continue its mission.
Core work in schools, workplaces and sporting clubs, but we've certainly got a long list of initiatives and ideas that we dream up that we want to make come to life.
The 2025 Games was the largest multidiscipline sporting event Tasmania has ever hosted. In a Tasmanian first, a trio of black and white ruffed lemurs have migrated south and they're making their arrival known. As the second loudest primates in the world, their dramatic calls means they're often heard before you even step foot into the zoo.
Cute, cheeky and camera curious.
They're definitely not shy. They've probably actually been some of the most comfortable animals upon arrival.
Fresh off their move from New South Wales, Mum Quintana and her 2 sons are loving life at Tasmania Zoo.
They've been here for about 2 weeks now, settling in really well for us.
A far cry from their Madagascan roots, but the Tassie conditions aren't a bother.
A little bit colder than Madagascar, definitely here in Tassie, but these guys are spoiled. They actually have 4 heated boxes to choose from.
Known for their loud and rather distinct call, their zoo mates know there's a new family in town.
It sounds like they're fighting or they're about to bash someone up, but it's just them saying hello.
We've been waiting a while to hear the lemurs' ruckus calls, but so far it's been crickets. For now, these 3 could be the quietest, second loudest primates in the world.
They do go off quite a bit throughout the day, so you can actually hear them from any end of the zoo making lots of ruckus.
Catching that call is the next big zoo challenge. Victoria Risto, 7 Tasmania News.
Vegetable growers have faced off with politicians in Forth, raising their concerns from within an industry that they say is at crisis point in Australia. According to Ozveg, a third of growers around the country have plans to leave their farms in the coming 12 months. Problems are amplified in Tasmania, where freight costs hit particularly hard.
Many horticulture industries in northern Tasmania at the moment are putting the brakes on progress and development purely because they don't have confidence in getting their product across that stretch of water to Melbourne.
Food security is one of the most important things that Australia should be thinking about, particularly in the uncertain times that we've got.
Jackie Lambie telling the Forum she wants to make cooking classes a mandatory part of the school curriculum to encourage kids to eat more fruit and veg. Two emerging Tassie musical acts will take centre stage with their own professional music videos as part of Youth Week. Funding from a Hobart Council grants program has brought the project to life, aiming to bring industry experience to up-and-coming creatives.
For aspiring creatives, a single opportunity can make all the difference.
I'd never expected stuff like this to come up from doing music and everything like that, so it's just such a good opportunity.
Local band The Jaycees and solo hip-hop artist Kiz snapping up the chance to star in their own professional music videos. Working with cinematographer Ursula Woods, the artists will use the Theatre Royal studio for production.
Letting the young people sort of take over this beautiful space and do what they will with it.
The emerging artists benefiting from a slice of the Hobart Council's $35,000 grant, creating more pathways into the creative industry. And it's not just musicians soaking up the spotlight. Young people will work on every part of the production, both on stage and behind the scenes. Each shoot will have the help of industry professionals in film, editing, production and lighting, giving a rare hands-on experience for young creatives. The program aims to boost the workforce.
It's not just about the music videos, but it's actually helping our youth be part of the creative industry.
Supporting budding creatives wanting to carve out a career in the arts.
Get out there, get involved, take that step, take the risk and just watch everything blossom just as it is for me.
Billy Gibbons, 7 Tasmania News.
Well, it's meant to be a day of rest for most of us. Will be anything but for East Devonport and Latrobe in the NWFL when the two sides meet for a fiery Good Friday showdown. Both desperate to bounce back after big losses last week.
We've had a few guys that have come to East Devonport from Latrobe, just a few younger guys. They've been really good. So there'll be a bit in it early, I would have thought, but that's what we love.
We're looking forward to it. Good Friday clash is always a big one because you know you're going to get a decent crowd there.
Devonport also has some bouncing back to do when they play Penguin on Saturday. Tiger Caleb Jewell is impressing over in the UK, where his batting average and strike rate are just shy of 90, thanks to 4 consecutive half-centuries in county cricket. So far this season, playing for Derbyshire, he's recorded scores of 83, 61 and 51 not out.
Good evening. It's great to be back with you this Tuesday. Hobart and Devonport reached 19 today. It was 20 in Launceston and 18 at Burnie. Further out, our high was 21 on King Island. Flinders not far behind with 20, 19 at Smithton, Friendly Beaches, Grove and Bushy Park. Low Head, St Helens and Strawn 18 and 11 degrees in Lyons. Low cloudy grey skies over the north and east today, unfortunately delivering no significant rainfall as dry conditions continue right across the state. Thunderstorms are seen near Broome, triggered by a tropical low just off the northwest coast of WA. Tomorrow, a weak ridge of high pressure will shift over eastern Victoria and New South Wales. North-northeasterly winds in the west and south increasing to 30 knots. Southwesterly swells will sit at 2.5 metres. We have a strong wind warning tomorrow for coastal waters between Low Rocky Point to Stanley and also for the southeast coast. Partly cloudy in Hobart tomorrow, 21, 20 and similar conditions in Geeveston. A possible shower in Bothwell with 21 degrees expected. Possible showers in the north, Launceston 21, 19 the maximum in Devonport and also Cressy. A couple of showers in Burnie 19, much the same in Strawn 22. A bit of cloud about at Curry with 22 also. 20 and possible showers in St Helens and Orford, 22 and cloudy in Swansea. Forecast for Thursday, fine about the west, east and parts of the north and possible light showers about the west. Isolated showers on Good Friday with the exception of the Bass Strait Islands. And on Easter Saturday, possible isolated showers statewide, unfortunately. Further north we go now. Another fine day in Adelaide, 32, maybe a few showers in Sydney and Cairns. Fine in Perth, 27 and a cloudy 25 degrees in Broome. Partly cloudy in Hobart, 14 also in Launceston and 15 in Devonport. And you'll be pleased to hear, Murph, there will be no tongue-in-cheek from me tonight.
Well, I don't really believe that, Kai. There's always tomorrow night.